Hi guys, I'm Shmee, hello, and welcome back to the channel where it is time to take my STO back to Italy. Of course, it's Lamborghini's 60th anniversary year. That means the most fabulous Anniversario Giro is right ahead of us. But to get there, we've got a long old drive. It starts in Rome. We're outside of London. That is literally in a straight line, about 16 hours of driving. And of course, we're gonna make a stop along the way. In fact, we're gonna take this car back to the Nürburgring today in this video, because last year, just over a year ago, in fact, I did a few laps with the Lambo Shmeemobile at the Nordschleife. I say I did a few laps, I did one lap, and then I promptly got ejected because it was a little bit too noisy. I'm hoping every finger, toe, body, arm, everything crossed. That's not gonna happen today. Now you will be amazed by how much luggage we have squeezed into this for a week or more on the road in a car that technically has no luggage space. Yeah, it's been a mission. But today we're heading to Germany, Eurotunnel, across to France, through Belgium, maybe the Netherlands, into Germany, Autobahn, Nürburgring. Let's go. When I say about luggage space, let me show you this quickly. Pop open the Cofango, the front clamshell on this thing. Look in here. We have wedged in bits of luggage and jackets and all sorts. It's quite funny how you can get some clothes around those snorkels. Obviously beneath that, we've got all of the things that you have to have in this car, like the center lock nut, for example, because if you don't have that, you're gonna have a bit of a problem when it comes to actually driving out on the roads. The other thing is to show you inside it very quickly, because inside here, not only, of course, do we have a little army of schmoes traveling with us, the amount of luggage that we've managed to fit behind the seats is quite frankly unreal. I never thought that we'd actually manage to make this work. Yes, it's a bit of a squeeze. Yes, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare every single day, but hey, this is half the fun. So let's get this started. Let's get straight on out, because we need to get to the Eurotunnel, get there, deflate tires a little bit, take all of the luggage out, and go for a Nordschleife Lap or two. Let's crack on. We're out on the motorway, and the first cool car that we've seen is a Lamborghini Urus. Definitely feeling the vibe. This tour that we're actually heading down to, though, is Lamborghini's VIP tour, if you will. There are going to be a lot of very nice cars that are part of it. A lot of them. I feel honoured to be able to be anywhere near it, to be completely honest. But first up is the drive around the M25 to the Eurotunnel. It's a little bit grey and cloudy today, but I'm not complaining. Hopefully at the other end of the Nürburgring, it's not a complete washout, because at the moment it is thunderstorming. That's not good, but Eiffel Mountain's weather changes like this. It can go from snow to sun in a blink of an eye. So hopefully all's gonna be good. We do have all-season tires. I don't have this car on the track tires. Probably for this trip, that's a good thing. Italy's just had a lot of flooding. It's been a complete disaster, so hopefully we're not gonna be too impacted by that when we get down there. But yeah, for now, it's a cruise, literal cruise, to the Eurotunnel to cross over. That might have been a little lie, because this is a tunnel, and I'm in a Lamborghini with a naturally aspirated V10, which obviously means drop the windows a crack, get ready to drop some gears. In fact, if I go up into Trofeo mode, okay, that's a little bit silly, isn't it? That is very, very, very silly, but we like it. We've pretty much gone straight through at the Eurotunnel. We're now down ready to board the train. Up ahead of us, you can tell it's holiday season, because basically we've got caravan after caravan. The BMW estate in front has a roof box, which probably some of you are wondering why I didn't just put my roof box on this car. A couple of reasons, actually. Number one, we're going to the Nürburgring, the Autobahn, and a tour around Italy. You don't want a roof box on. Number two, this car also has a snorkel up top, which would be a bit of a problem. And we figured we could fit all of this back here. You don't have any rear visibility anyway with the rear window, so nothing lost there. We just go for it. There's also a new Vantage Roadster behind, just spotted. That wasn't there a moment ago. But we're going in the tall and therefore wider carriages, which means we won't be curbing the very nice white wheels on this, which, whoops, prepared, of course, to give it this pink and white livery look. Yeah, onwards. Train next to us is on the move, but in we go into the Eurotunnel to go under the English Channel to France. As if by magic, we're arriving in France, where it looks a little bit gloomier than it did in England. But here we go, onwards. About 40 minutes in France, then through Belgium, and then into Germany, where the weather forecast has turned, and it's looking like it's going to be really bad. But that just makes it interesting. You join us now significantly further through Belgium, and in fact, we're driving right past, this is the exit, for Spa-Francorchamps, which is shortly to host the Belgian Grand Prix, which would be quite fun. And in fact, it would be even more fun given it's dry here at least. But cool always that the route takes you past. It's quite funny to think that the Nürburgring and Spa are only about an hour and 20 minutes apart, so you can do them both on one day, as I have a few times before. Well, we've just crossed the border and we're now in Germany. So this means Autobahn, but I'm not going to unleash full on right now because my brain is a little bit confused. We've just had a call to tell us that sadly, and I think to be honest, rightfully, the Giro in Italy has been cancelled. There's no Lamborghini tour, so the reason we're here to drive to Italy is for a tour that isn't now going to take place, and that's because of, well, two things. One, as I mentioned earlier, the weather conditions, not good for driving cars like this, and the other is obviously the suffering for a lot of people in the region. So I respect the decision, as frustrated and kind of sad as I am. Obviously we're heading towards the Nurburgring still, but now have some freedom as to what happens next. I don't know right now. I just don't know. But yeah, we're here in Germany with this car, so we should probably make the most of it ahead of us for today. Go to the ring, see where we go from there. We've made it. Here we are at the Nürburgring Boulevard, and miraculously, the sun is out. And that is just what happens here. 10 minutes ago, we were driving in pretty heavy rain. Now the sun is shining, and the weather around these parts changes so fast, as I said earlier, and this is proof in the pudding. So we will head onwards this way to go pull up at Apex, and then gear ourselves up, hopefully, to go do a lap, which won't be too bad. That's the aim, at least right now, and it seems like luck might be on side, which is amazing. This is perfect. Well, we're here, and at the moment, the track is dry, which is great. It's tourist and fart, and of course, it's the evening, but before we go out, I am just going to quickly check over these. We want them down to about 2.2 bar, and they're currently 2.6. If we went out with that, they would be a problem very, very, very quickly. So let me let quite a bit of air pressure out of these and take this with me for between the laps. So a couple of minutes, and we'll be straight on out. I just said between the laps, but that relies upon us getting more than one. We'll have to see how that goes at the end of lap one. This is the exciting moment heading down towards the entrance. I did not think this would be happening today. I thought it would be a complete washout, like when I was here 2 weeks ago with the GT Black Series, and that was interesting, to say the least. But we have everything set. Tyres are currently telling me that they are underinflated, but that is not a problem, because of course they will warm up very, very quickly. But let us head around here towards the entrance and get ready to go on out. TF, that means public toll road. Road rules do apply, but it should be quite empty, I would think. I've got the LDVI open. I'm going to pop the car into Trofeo and yeah, up towards the barriers and get ready to roll on out onto the Nordschleife in just a moment. The other thing that I want to do here is just pop my gloves on. There's literally, well, nobody behind me in my lane, so we'll let them go. Pop this one on. God, that looks track prepped or what? Okay then, gloves on an Alcantara wheel are always just a little bit nicer. We're in Trofeo. Trofeo in this car, you always have to be manual on the paddles. It doesn't let you drive in Trofeo on automatic, which is fine. Sounds amazing. Does mean that we've got ESC into Trofeo mode as well. And it means it's very, very bumpy when you go over those little bumps, but it tells me brake temp readouts and all sorts. So, ready, let's go. God, that sounds amazing. Sounds absolutely amazing. And thankfully it's dry as we come round to Tiergarten. 200 plus kilometers per hour through the compression. All of the crackles and burbles. This is absolutely ridiculous. towards Sabine Schmidt's curve. And that is stock exhaust sound on the Huracan STO. I don't have a clue how they homologated a car to sound like this. Well, when you drive it in normal with valves closed at slower speeds and with it upshifting automatically, you find yourself in 7th gear at about 30 miles per hour. And that is, of course, where it gets through. But anyway, we're making our way through the curves here. A little bit of light traffic. Around Flugplatz. Now we're going to start to open up towards Schwedenkreuz. We do seem to have a completely dry green hell, which is very, very, very welcome versus expectations for today. ...250 odd kilometers per hour. I'm still just taking it slightly easy to be safe until I know how things are looking today. Round towards Arenburg. Heavy on the brakes round to the outside. It is amazing the difference that tyres make. I would love this to be on the stickier rubber. It's absolute madness driving this thing. The speed we catch up with this Mini. Watch out, thank you very much, sir. We'll go over the curves on the inside here. At an hour forced. My word! It's about the sound, the emotion that carries from the sound of this engine. As we really get a move on through here. I have, of course, driven it around before when the car had a different look, when it was yellow instead of the white accents. It feels wild. That's the thing with the STO. It's a bit erratic. It's very, very edgy. It's nowhere nearly as fast as many of its McLaren and Ferrari rivals. But my word, does it have you on your toes? As we come to the siphon, slowest corner on the Nordschleife. Heavy brake down into second. Oh my gosh, the G-forces. We're unleashed, away we go. Although I do have a few cars ahead of me, I notice right now. As we come down towards Bergberg. Round the outside all the way through. Up the hill. This is where power wins. Gosh, the speed with which we pass people. This is madness. This thing is absolute madness. Drop into the carousel, ride around the slabs, and out we go. Traction control just catching us slightly there. I mean, with this absolute racket behind me, I hope we're going to be okay today. Just generally slightly less traffic around. Bit of Whipperman challenge. And you know what's cool? This is the section that now features at the Shmuseum. Round Eschbach towards Brünchen, YouTube corner of course. This is what we know from the floor painting that we've done, the red and white curbs. And now driving it, having actually painted that layout. That's so cool! Let's not jump on this curb like I did in the Emira. Wow. It's looking pretty busy up ahead right now. So that was my gentle first lap of the day in the STO. Oh wow. I'm being shouted out that it wasn't very gentle. I think it was gentle. Brakes are all yellow, that's all right. Temps are warm, but nothing unusual. And of course, we stopped for a full tank of fuel before we began. So hopefully, all's well with the world and we can go out for another one without getting in too much trouble. Hopefully. Fingers crossed, because this is going to be the moment of truth. Obviously, up the straight here, what are we up to? Up to about 2.5 bar on every tyre. So we'll pull into the car park, deflate tyres a little bit. But there we have it. A lap in the STO, in the Nürburgring, in the dry. I never saw that coming today, and I'm very happy it worked in our favour. This is the moment of truth then. I hope I don't get told off. I hope I don't get told off. I hope I don't get told off. I don't see anybody with a piece of paper. That's normally a good thing. That's a very, very, very good thing. Woohoo! We've done a lap with the STO. Let me see where I can park up, and we will do tyres and get ready for number 2. Although I spot Mr. Misha. Hello. Yo! You're good?
We're going now for a lap, so if you want to join.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I need to do my tyres quickly. Well, I have now lowered all of the tyre pressures. This is ready to rock and roll for the next lap out on the Nordschleife. We, of course, have plenty of very nice cars around. Hot hatches, GR Yaris's, AMGs, Porsches, M cars. And Misha over there is about to be driving in that SF90 Stradale Assetto Fiorano, which is going to make for quite the lap, I imagine. I have driven here in my SF90, non-AF as it happens. But we'll get ready, and in a second, we will be going back on out that way for another lap in the very noisy pink beast that is the STO. Oh.
Yes, loud.
Oh. Well, there we go then. That was me being told my car is too loud. You can't win with this thing. You can't win. Well, let me park it here. Oh, it was fun while it lasted. I thought we were going to be all right, but alas, we were not. I thought it was going to be fine, but no. But no. Oh, that's so disappointing. That's so disappointing. It wasn't even like exciting to have a meter readout or something. It was just when I decided to go again, it was like, nope, that's it. That's it for today. I got one lap. It was one mega lap. A race car that's too noisy for the racetrack. I hoped it was going to be okay. And this is an interesting one actually, because last time around, lots of you guys asked me, like, how is that possible? I don't actually know, but the Nürburgring does have a restriction. It's a little over 130, if I remember rightly. It's like 131 is the restriction. And this pings in, or maybe it's 130 and this pinged in at like 132 or 133 or something. Oh dear, no extra lap today. We got one in, it was fun. It was very fun. Okay, let's go reinflate tyres and pack up for today. We've now got to work out what happens next, because the original plan was to drive from here in Nürburgring down to Stuttgart, which is about 3.5 hours ahead of the very long slog down to Rome, but obviously that's not happening, so I don't really know what's going to be up next. We'll have to work that one out and figure where we're going this evening, but if you're wondering, we did go and ask. The number was 131. The limit is 130, 1 decibel. It's quite a lot louder, in fact. It might sound like you only go from 130 to 131, but every 3 decibels is about double the sound energy, which is literally perceived as about double the sound. So 1 decibel is quite significantly louder than 1 less, and this is, of course, too loud, despite being stock. And I know I've said it already, we're on a toll road, it should be okay, but I do understand they have to respect, obviously, residents and people who live around, and you need to basically take one of these to an unrestricted sound day. And as Misha was saying, maybe that's why they don't do Nürburgring lap record runs with these, because it wouldn't be able to do it anyway, because it's too loud for the road here, even though it's fully road legal, fully road registered, completely legit, completely correct. It was fun anyway. I've had 2 laps with this. I think 2 laps. You can go out again and just not drive as aggressively, keep it below the sound limits. I suspect that's what I shall have to do next time. Can't go flat out in an STO on the Nürburgring during TF. Fun nonetheless though. So we'll go make some plans. Thank you for joining the journey from London over here today, getting out here, having some fun with the car, regardless. It's what it's built for. Built to be driven. We shall always have as much fun as possible. We're gonna go get those tires inflated, load the car back on up, go sit down and work out which direction we head next. Thanks as always, guys. I appreciate your support and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.